Spinergy Stone Care Solutions proudly presents Spinergy Pads, a revolutionary method of polishing stone and a fantastic way for you to increase your profits. This is a fast and easy new green method of polishing marble, travertine, and limestone. Now you can easily provide customers with professional stone polishing without chemicals, messy powders, abrasives, and with no risk or stress. This system is so easy, you probably already have most of the tools you'll need. A rotary floor machine like the VersaPro, a squeegee, a wet vac or extractor, and of course, Spinergy pads. Spinergy pads come in multiple sizes and grits, so you can tackle any job with ease and achieve a variety of finishes. You can use a 7-inch hand polisher for countertops, walls, and edges, a Cymex planetary machine, or a 17 to 20-inch rotary floor machine like the VersaPro. Here is an example of how easy this system is to use. Here we have a brown marble floor that has lost its shine and beauty. Over the next 5 minutes, we will demonstrate how easy it is to restore this marble floor to a beautiful mirror shine using Spinergy pads. The first step is to make sure the area is clear of debris and free of abrasive materials. Once you've done that, you are ready to begin. As you can see, we have fairly severe damage, so we will start with the 800 grit red Spinergy pad. Center the pad on the floor machine. Wet the surface area of the floor with enough clean water to wet the pad. Remember, no chemicals are needed. Excessive water is not necessary and will only make a mess. Choose a starting point 2 feet deep and 4 to 5 feet wide. Move the floor machine in a rectangular pattern counterclockwise for 30 to 45 seconds. Now you can check the results. Simply squeegee off the water and let dry to see if you have reached the desired result. You should have a smooth, even finish. If the surface is not smooth and even, go over the area again for another 30 seconds. Now, wet the next area and move the floor machine in the same pattern for the same amount of time. It's important to overlap the new area with the first by 4 to 6 inches. Once you have completed the area to be restored, you can move on to the next grit. Be sure to rinse thoroughly with clean water before changing your Spinergy pad to the next grit. Now, go back to the original starting point. Take off the red 800 grit Spinergy pad, rinse the pad thoroughly, and set it aside to dry. It can be used again on our next job. Now, we will use the purple 1500 grit Spinergy pad on the floor machine and repeat the process using a 2 feet deep, 4 to 5 foot wide section. We'll move the floor machine in the rectangular pattern counterclockwise for 30 to 45 seconds. Now, check the results. Simply squeegee off the water and let dry to see if you have reached the desired result. You should have a smooth, even finish. If the surface is not smooth and even, go over the area again for another 30 seconds. Now, wet the next area and move the floor machine in the same pattern for the same amount of time. It's important to overlap the new area with the first by 4 to 6 inches. Once you have completed the area to be restored, you can move on to the next grit. It is important to rinse thoroughly with clean water before changing your Spinergy pad to the next grit. With each grit, you should notice an increase in color and depth of reflection on the floor. Repeat these steps as you move up through the grits from lowest to highest until you achieve the desired level of shine. Again, always rinse the surface thoroughly with clean water between grits. That's all there is to it. A professionally shined floor in a matter of minutes, with little mess, no chemicals, and no harm to the environment. Finally, a safe, chemical-free, green way to polish stone floors. Here are some tips to save you some time and effort. First, Clearly identify the desired end result with your customer. What kind of surface result are they looking for? A dull but smooth surface? A satin shine which has a low reflection? Or a high mirror polish? If the customer is looking for a dull honed finish, it's a one-step process. Use the brown 200 grit Spinergy pad and you're done. If you are trying to achieve a satin hone, again, you can usually do this in one quick step. Just use the 800 grit Spinergy pad. Keep in mind that the higher number grit pad you use, the less water will be needed to keep the pad lubricated. It is very important that while using the Spinergy pad, you do not allow the surface to become dry. If the surface becomes dry, you could scratch the surface and damage your machine. One of the great features of the Spinergy pad system is that no chemicals are needed. So, never use any chemicals during the buffing or rinsing phases. Clean and pure water is all you need. Make sure that you are finished using one grit before you move on to the next one. There is an easy way to determine if you are ready to move on to the next grit. After honing or polishing an area, it will be obvious that you are ready to move to the next level if you continue to buff in one small section and there is no discernible change from the surrounding area. Once you have completed your final rinse, any water spots can be easily removed by dry buffing the surface with a white polishing pad. In closing, the beauty of using Spinergy pads goes far beyond the results. There is no risk to you, your customer, or the surface, since you are not using any harsh acidic compounds. Spinergy pads are biodegradable, washable, and reusable, making them a truly green solution for stone floor polishing. Not only that, they are economical. On a flat surface, one Spinergy pad will last up to 5,000 square feet. You can see why Spinergy pads are a great value and an excellent way to propel your business to the next level with a fantastic new service, all while staying green and being safe for your customer surfaces and the environment. Order your Spinergy pads today.